Welcome to the Flexible Curricula channel, your one stop for anything education with your host, Nate Burke. Though we normally consult for schools and districts, we also strive to help parents who really want to be in the know for their kids' education. If you like what you see, please give us a thumbs up, share, and leave a comment. If you want to see more of our videos, hit that subscribe button. Now for today's video. Today's video is to help parents teach their children how to work within a budget. Now, this is something that's a challenge many times for even adults because they weren't taught financial literacy. And this has applications for math as well as for being able to deal with much happiness in the future. Why? Because maintaining a budget and working within a budget and coordinating that is one of the biggest stresses for couples of any kind in life. And to be able to learn how to manage a budget and work within a budget is a great challenge. So today it's how to work within a budget on a specific focus, kids' clothes. So tweens and teenagers want a lot of independence, especially when they get to that age. And one of those things that they want as independent is to be able to pick out their own clothes. They don't want their parents picking out their clothes and having to wear that. So with that being the case, having children choose clothes within a budget teaches financial independence as well as the value of a dollar. Now, this may vary from family to family, and there are three main categories when it comes to how kids get their clothes. One is you tell your teenager, and so I know a number of families have done this, say you want clothes, you get a job, you pay for it. That's one extreme. The other extreme is that parents pay for all the clothes. Now, they might end up saying, no, you're not getting this, or yes, you're getting this, but the parents are the ones who are putting forth the money for that. And the third is somewhere in the middle, where parents say, okay, I will buy this. If you want extra, that's on you. Now, to have your children work within a budget to choose their clothes, there are three major constraints that you have to look at in order to set this up properly. One is appearance. If you need your child to have one formal outfit as part of their clothing operation, or they need to have some of this as school clothes or for recreation, what you're setting this up for and how big of a scope within their clothing budget and clothing needs is going to vary from family to family and household to household. So this is something that you have to think about. What appearance issues are needed? If it means certain dress code for school, then that means you have to work within that for appearance. But this is a major, if you need for religious services or a formal outfit in general, then you might need to have that factored in, or multiple outfits for that purpose. Also, how much clothes? How often is there an expectation for laundry to be done? If you have to do laundry every other day for two outfits, that might not be practical. However, this is something that can work within for a budget based on appearance. So, and it depends on a family financial needs for that. Also, the duration. Is this setting up for 1/4 of the year, a semester, or a full year for the budget where children have to allocate and figure out, okay, I'll need this and this and this, but if I buy all my clothes now, I'm not going to have a spring wardrobe or a summer wardrobe, and I'm going to have all winter clothes in the summer, which isn't so good. So working within uh, these constraints and having the dialogue with your child can help provide a lot in terms of setting up how you want to work and create a budget for your child to pick through. Now, this is in a way kind of like uh, old school Wheel of Fortune. When the TV show Wheel of Fortune first came out, they went to a specific room in the house and there was all these retail priced items that based on the winnings of the round, they got to pick out all these prizes. So instead of prizes here, children have a budget and they are picking out clothes. Now, the trade-offs that they're going to have is, do I go with the more expensive items and have less? Or do I end up going with less expensive items and have more? Finding a sale, finding the idea of getting something cheaper than getting it at this store, even if it's the same item. So all of these constraints, as well as maybe not going with name brand sometimes versus brand name items, to save some money. But all of this helps teach children how to work within a budget. And this, like I said, will vary depending on the financial needs of the family, as well as what financial needs are for that child. But that doesn't mean these constraints are going to be locked. They might change over time. You might start it on a narrow scope, saying, okay, you're going to pick out your fall school ward fall school wardrobe, and then you work within that. And then you open it up, okay, this is what it costs. You might have to play around with the dollar amounts if what you picked wasn't feasible, because to pick an accurate amount, you really have to do a lot of research on the front end to know how much these clothes will cost in general beforehand. If you've been doing all the shopping for your kids in the past, you should have a rough idea of what this should come out to be, but that's not a guarantee. So that's something to take into consideration, and can have the ongoing discussion with your child can help a lot. But also, the end result is that we're having these discussions. Your children will learn to appreciate money a lot more and better be able to work within a budget when they move out. And that's really what you want. You want your children to be able to have that independence, to be able to know how to work within a budget and to be effective. Yes, there's a lot of number crunching in math. It's relatively basic math, which you would have just for balancing a checkbook, for addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division of decimals is the extent of the math that you would be working with for this if you were to do it by hand. But still, just to understand the concepts of how this works and how to work and set up a budget for clothing is one step closer to helping children be able to be more successful. That's not to say this couldn't be applied for adults too, who have never really thought about how much should they spend on clothes. I'm not here to be a financial consultant. I'm just here to show that this is one way to help bring in a little math into the home, as well as to be able to help gain some independence and teach some financial literacy to your children. Thank you for watching the Flexible Curricula channel. Once again, if you like what you see, please give us a thumbs up, share. I'd love to hear from you if you tried this and how it went, or if you have some reservations or questions on how to implement this for your own family. If you like what you see and you want to see more videos, hit that subscribe button. Please feel free to contact me at nateb@flexiblecurricula.com if your school or district would like some guidance in growing your students towards academic excellence. Thank you.